Okay, we're back in Sales Academy. Now we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts when that decision maker comes out. It's two parts here, okay? So we're going to talk about the actions, do's and don'ts for your actions, and the do's and don'ts for the words that you use, right? So let's go ahead and get started. But first of all, let's talk about the do's and don'ts for your actions, right? Do you have your value proposition ready, your elevator pitch ready, right? You must have a value proposition ready. You want to make it sure that it's short. It must be, must be direct to the point, right? Don't make it too long, okay? So that's what your job is. Now, you have to be confident. You have to expect that you're going to provide a good elevator pitch because it's the first impression you have with that potential client of yours. You have to have that confidence in there, right? And that's why you prepare yourself, right? People who are not prepared are the ones that are always going to look nervous. You don't see actors just ad-libbing, like literally not even be prepared with their lines. Like they know their lines. They may ad-lib a little bit, work on it, add value to it, but they still have that core thing. Making eye contact. Don't be looking down when you're talking to them. Like, you know what, when people are shy, they just look down and they don't even want to do eye-to-eye contact. Make sure you have eye-to-eye contact, right? Have that connection. You have to have some open body language. That needs to be able to be important. And we're going to talk a little bit more about body language, later on in this video, right? And don't forget being professional. You don't want to be too casual. Make sure you stay professional. You haven't developed that relationship yet. That sometimes takes years, weeks, months for them before you can actually let loose with them in front of them. So you have to come in professionally and approach them professionally. Let's look at the don'ts. Don't wing it. If you wing things, meaning that you're just gonna say, I'm gonna say whatever I want. I got this, right? No, that's scary. That's why you practice, drill, and rehearse, right? Because this is when people get nervous, they start mumbling, they start saying I don't know, maybe, so, whatever, right? And you have to make sure that you pay attention to this, right? And don't let this happen to you. I've seen it happen where people start stumbling. Now, another one is don't be too quiet, right? Meaning don't have a soft voice. Like make sure that they're actually able to hear you. Don't be yelling, but you want them to be able to hear you. You want to be able to project the words. Remember, no, control the bubble. Don't go past the bubble. Just imagine, have you ever dealt with somebody who's like, in your face talking to you and not paying attention to that bubble? Don't you feel a little bit, off about it? Right? So you want to make sure that you're not being able to be part of that. Don't be that person. Give them their space. You want to give them their space. Now, like I said, towards the end of this video, we may do certain things that's going to make it better, right? Paying attention to the words that you're saying, paying attention to how you say it, and even, are there times that you can actually cross the bubble? Of course you can, right? So we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in this video, right? So those are your actions. Those are your do's and don'ts on your actions. What about your words? Words that shows lack of confidence or that shows confidence. So here's something that you can be saying. Are you busy right now? Right? Of course they're busy. And if they say yes, ouch. Yeah, they are busy. So if somebody asks you right now, are you busy right now? And you don't know who they are, you're going to say yes. Right? You are going to say. That's the funny part about it. So that question has a lack of confidence. As opposite to that, you can say, look, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll be quick. I know you're busy at this moment. I just need 3 to 5 minutes of your time, right? I'm acknowledging the fact I know you're busy right now. Instead of me saying, are you busy? I know they're busy. And here's a don't. If it's okay with you, right? Because they can say no. No, it's not okay. You're giving them that power to say no. No, it's not okay with me. Is it okay with you if we talk for a quick moment? No. Right? That really, really is something that can get in trouble. Now, if you do something different, like so what I'm going to do is this. So instead of saying if it's okay with you, say what I'm going to do is this. It's more assertive, it's more confidence. Back to the don't, right? These are words you shouldn't say. Basically, actually, maybe, if, TBH, to be honest, right? These are what you call pause words, right? Or filler words, okay? Because those can trigger people to think that you're not confident. You have to actually work on that, right? And then another don't will be like, what, will 9 a.m. on Wednesday be a good time? Right? Is that really going to be confidence? So that can be, that can be taken as being not confident. So pretty much the best way, instead of saying, will 9 a.m. on Wednesday be a good time? Because what you're doing there is, once again, you're just asking the question and for them to be able to say no, right? So there's different ways to set up an appointment, So let's try one way of saying things. So you can actually find out from them when they are available. If they say something like, Wednesday, you can be a little bit more assertive. If you're feeling more confident, say, what I'll do is I'll stop by at 10 in the morning on Friday. Or what I'll do is on Wednesday, right? If they say they're available Wednesday, you can say, what I'll do is I'll stop by at 10 a.m. on Wednesday. And we can have a brief discussion. Would that work for you? Now, you have to deliver that in a more confidence level, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop by at 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and we can have a quick discussion, and, so that we can actually value your time. Or what you can do on setting up an appointment, a good way of doing it is, if you ask them, like, when would be a good time next week? If they say, I'm available next week to meet up, perfect. When next week would be available? And they may say something like, well, Wednesday, perfect. So Wednesday would work great for you then, right? Great, perfect. So when on Wednesday would be a good time? Morning, noon, or in the afternoon? And what you're doing here is you're kind of narrowing them down for them to ultimately make the decision, like they chose to meet with you on Wednesday, right? So would that be morning, noontime, or afternoon? If they say, well, in the afternoon, perfect. Afternoon sounds great. Is that going to be 2, 3, or 4? Because I'm sure that you need to be out here by 5. And what you're doing is you're recognizing that, hey, if they work normal business hours, they work a 9 to 5 job. So me recognizing that they don't want to meet at 5 o'clock because, they have work to do. They want to go home, right? They just finished their whole day being busy. It's me recognizing that. So I'm going to say, they say in the afternoon, all right, perfect. 2, 3, or 4. When would be a good time with those things? And they'll say 3, perfect. 3 o'clock would be great. Is there any other reason other than the fact that something, that you'll get in a meeting or you get busy that you're not able to meet up at 3? And if they say no, perfect. Can I get your email so I can send you a link to our scheduling so that we can notify you? And so that's another good way to actually sound more confident and it's a little bit longer to do those appointment setting skills. But what you're really doing there is you're showing them that you value their time, but at the same time is you're cornering them into a corner where they made the decision to actually meet with you next week. And once again, remember, when we're looking at the numbers game, we're looking at how many are we visiting in a day, how many, when we walk in, when we do the cold walk-in, how many times did the decision maker come out? Out of the times that the decision maker came out, how many times of those did we set up an appointment? Right? We're actually measuring those metrics. And so this is the ultimate goal, is to have that meeting. Because ultimately the meeting is to be able to have and show the presentation. And what's more, that you want to have is the part where you can actually have an instant meeting. So you definitely want that, okay? So if there's anything that we can do, we want to be able to help you guys out. So make sure you move on to the next video. Hey everyone, we want to be able to invite you to our 10xpatientreferrals.com, where we have our online home health marketing academy that's going to be able to help either a home health, home care, or hospice agency increase referrals, increase their census, and create a profitable company. Now, at this very moment, you're going to have access to these information through these training, marketing to physicians, how to get to hospitals, how to be able to get into nursing homes, and much, much more at a month-to-month basis with no contracts needed. It's just month to month. Now, guess what? We are offering you guys for a limited time 50% off any one of our plans. Just choose which one is going to be able to work better for you.
So just stop by the 10xpatientreferrals.com at any given moment. So these are the plans that are available, whether it's the gold, the silver, or the platinum plan. Most people go for the gold plan, but it's up to you what's going to work for you. We definitely want to be able to have you come in and work with us. So here's two choices. Go to 10xpatientreferrals.com or click the link down below. Take advantage of this right now at this very moment and sign up with us. We would like to thank our sponsors of this video. And over here at 10xpatientreferrals.com, our goal is to provide you guys amazing information on every single one of our videos. So medicationreminderprogram.com provides daily medication reminders for your patients. They call your patients twice a day to remind them to take their medications. What happens is a top reason of hospitalization for senior citizens is not taking their medications. So this program allows you to be able to keep your patients and not lose any revenue, but at the very same time, it allows you to stand out when you are marketing to other referral sources because you're providing more services, more programs than the competition around you guys. The next thing we want to be able to share with you guys is they have 3 different packages available for you at this very moment. Choose which one works for you. If you're an agency that's just starting up and you have less than 10 patients, you can go with the silver plan. Or if you have 50 patients, you can go with the gold plan. Or if you have up to 100 patients, it is only the choice to use the platinum plan. But guess what? It's up to you which one works for you guys. For a cost of as little as 33 cents per patient a day, it is worth everything for you guys. The next thing is homecareansweringservice.com. It's an answering services for your agency. So if you want to be able to have us handle all the calls for you in the weekends or the off hours when your business office is closed, we can definitely do that. Or we can even answer your calls for you during the day as well. Allows you to be able to do everything for your company. So homecareansweringservice.com is your solution for answering your calls on a timely manner. Now, before we continue on to the video, just need to be able to take a few seconds of your time. And so we want to be able to ask you a question. Are you looking to gain more referrals for your agency, your home health, your home care, your hospice agency? We want you to be able to join us at our Online Marketing Bootcamp that has over 7.5 hours of training. When you actually watch our bootcamp and join our Online Marketing Bootcamp training, so sign up for a limited time at 10xpatientreferrals.com